This crossed the line, not trash talk, not courtside noise. A fan actually put hands on Steph Curry, grabbing him, pulling him as he walked off the floor. And in a season already falling apart for the Warriors, this moment just made everything worse. Celtics versus Warriors in Boston, final score. Celtics dominate 120-99, but nobody's talking about the game. At halftime, Steph Curry is heading to the locker room. A fan reaches out, grabs his arm, and pulls him back. Curry tries to shake free, clearly upset. Security steps in immediately. Fan gets ejected, no hesitation. And Curry, he walks away shaking his head. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Steph Curry has barely been on the court lately. He's been dealing with a knee issue, hasn't played since late January. And without him, the Warriors are struggling badly. They've gone 6-13 since he went down, sliding in the standings, losing ground in a brutal Western Conference. So when Curry is finally around the team, around the game, this is what happens. That's not just a bad look. That's a serious problem because players are supposed to feel protected, especially in arenas. And when that line gets crossed, it hits deeper than just one incident. Let's break this down because this situation is bigger than one fan getting tossed. Fans getting loud, that's part of the game. Fans getting physical, that's where leagues have to draw a hard line. Because if one person can grab a superstar like Curry, what's stopping the next incident from being worse? The NBA cannot afford that risk. The Warriors are already hanging by a thread. No Curry, losing record stretch, play-in territory, and now this, it adds chaos to a team that desperately needs stability. Curry is the system. Everything runs through him, offensively, emotionally, mentally. So even a moment like this, it matters. It disrupts rhythm, it adds frustration, it creates distraction. Look at Curry's reaction. Not anger, disgust. That tells you everything. This wasn't just annoying, it crossed into disrespect, and for a player who's carried himself professionally his entire career, that kind of moment sticks. This can't just be fan removed, move on. Because if the NBA doesn't respond strongly, it sends the wrong message. You have to protect your stars, you have to protect your product, and most importantly, you have to make sure players feel safe walking off the floor. Reactions are already split, but leaning one direction. Fans, most are outraged, calling it embarrassing, calling it unacceptable. Even Celtics fans are saying that's not who we are. Media, they're going straight to accountability. How does a fan even get that close? Where was arena security? What happens next? And then there's the other side. A small group brushing it off is not a big deal. But that argument, it's not going to hold up for long. Let's look ahead. Best case, the NBA takes swift action, tightens security, sends a clear message. Curry returns healthy later this month. Warriors stabilize, climb into a better play-in position, maybe even push for the 8 seed. And this incident becomes a footnote. League response is minimal. Fans feel like boundaries are loose. Another incident happens, maybe worse. Meanwhile, Curry's recovery drags and the Warriors spiral, stuck in the play-in with no momentum. So here's the real question. Is this just one reckless fan or a warning sign the NBA needs to take seriously right now? And let's go bigger. If Curry comes back, do the Warriors actually have enough left to make a run? Drop your take in the comments. And if you want sharp, no-nonsense breakdowns on the biggest moments in sports, hit subscribe because when lines get crossed like this, it's never just about one moment.